Welcome to today's presentation. Everybody gets my newest book at the end of it, which is my 112 Futures Option Strategy, which is without a doubt the strategy that has made me most of my money throughout all of my trading career so far. And I will be telling you the private backdoor link so that you can get immediate access to it at the very end of this presentation. So you must stay on to the very end in order to get this book. But good news, I'm covering basically the best topic from this book inside this training so you can actually put it into action quickly. So what exactly are you learning? You're learning how I trade the 112 futures option strategy and make $3,958 per month on complete autopilot without ever giving up control of my account or having huge losses due to an unexpected market crash or rigged stop loss. Are you guys excited? All right, sweet. Let's dive in. So today you will learn the secret options auto trader that turns the 112 option strategy into a stream of passive income in less than 10 minutes, and it's way easier than you think, even if you've never traded the 112 before. The 3 hidden risk traps that could wipe out your 112 profits and also your entire trading account that almost nobody knows about until it's too late, plus the simple fixes on how to prevent them, and how Roman, a complete options newbie who had never traded options before, cloned my 112 trading strategy and made $3,000 in his first 90 days. Just a reminder, if you're just now joining the training, that everyone on here will get my newest book at the end of the presentation. So make sure you stay on because I'll be telling you the link. It will not be sent via email. You have to be on here live to get it. And so again, stay tuned because not only are you going to get this book, which lays out exactly how I trade it and all the risk management rules, but I'm also going through a lot of the core concepts from that book in this training so that you can walk away from this training not only with the book, but knowing how to actually trade the strategy. So, legal disclaimer before we get into the fun stuff. I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Just because I'm going to show results of other people does not mean you can do the same. In fact, you might actually do worse. 99% of traders lose money. And so this is only for educational and training purposes. So, if you agree to that, let's keep going and dive in. I am your host, Austin Booley. I live in Houston, Texas. I worked as a software developer and in IT for most of my career. I've given talks on trading, and I make about $5,000 per month on autopilot using trading automation, which I'm super excited to tell you about today. And I've helped over 20,000 people make money trading online over the last 8 years of teaching people. But it didn't always start like that. I started like everyone where I tried everything, right? I tried penny stocks, I tried swing trading, day trading, options buying, options selling, crypto, forex. I've tried everything. And I've lost a lot of money too. I've blown up 2 accounts, but here is one of my biggest losses that I've ever had year to date on a single trade, which was a $15,000 loss. All because of something that happened overnight, and I woke up, I saw this, and I was crushed. I got into trading because I wanted to make consistent income so I could provide for my wife, and I woke up and saw that basically I lost a year's worth of savings, and boy, did my stomach turn. And I was failing, and I felt super frustrated because when I wanted to marry my wife and married her, it was with the promise that I'd be able to provide for her, and not just financially, but also to be there for her. And with this journey, I was not only not making money, I was losing money, but I wasn't able to be present with her, and that's what killed me. And so I started searching for a better way because I knew there had to be one. And I found people online like Tom King Trades talking about this 112 strategy, and also people like Options with Davis talking about this 112 strategy as well. And so I put that into action because if I learned anything in my trading career, it's all about taking something that works and actually applying it and going full force and putting that strategy into action. I ended up making $2,600 in the next 30 days of watching these videos and putting it into action. And so again, that was awesome. I was like, oh my gosh, I can do this. I can make money. And it was awesome. I saw the ability to make money. I was like, this is it. But the problem was I was still stressed. Why? Well, because the 112, you take on a lot of risk. And if the market were to crash or volatility were to spike, I would lose thousands of dollars. And so I had no free time because I was constantly checking the markets every morning and every night just to make sure that my trades were okay. And so yeah, I was making money now, but at what cost, right? I wasn't able to spend time with my wife, and when I was with her, I wasn't present. And so it just led to a terrible, just relationship. And so that's when I thought there has to be a better way. And I read this article that says 70% of trading volume is done by bots and algos. And that's when I thought, what if I can create a bot that manages my 112 trades for me, that can close it at the right level, prevent a lot of volatility risk, that can help me get out before crashes, and update the trade and watch it literally like a babysitter every second for me so that I can actually enjoy my life. And that's what I created, and I call it the Options Auto Trader. Okay, using this tool, it increased my profits to about $4,000 per month on average. Again, this is my average return over the last 12 months, with my greatest return being around $8,000. It increased my profits because it removed the emotion from trading. It helped me cut my losses faster. I didn't have FOMO, and I was able to consistently get into trades at the right time. But not only that, the Options Auto Trader helped me decrease my losses. It helped kind of put a hedge or protection around my account because, one, I wasn't trading based on FOMO and emotions. I was able to cut my losses faster because it was watching the market for me every morning, every night, and every minute of every trading day. And not only that, and more importantly, it gave me my time back. I was able to fully focus on my wife when I was with her. I was able to take that money and use it to go travel and to enjoy time with her. And so not only was I making money and doing so with less risk, but I was also able to do it with the person I loved and with the goal that I had originally, which was to be able to actually be present with my wife. And that's what I loved. Then not only that, I was able to help a lot of other people do it too, like Ryan, who made $3,500 in his first 30 days, Roman, who made $100 in his first 30 days, David, who made $1,000 in his first 30 days, and Dean, who made $700 in his first 30 days. But not only is it cool about the money, but these people have stories from being able to travel more to spend time with their grandkids, to actually enjoy playing golf while it's trading for them so they can enjoy retirement, and people who have more peace of mind about providing for their family and their two little kids. So those are the stories that I love, of actually gaining your peace back, gaining your freedom back, and having a system that can actually watch your trades better than you can. And so today you will be learning the secret options auto trader that turns any 112 strategy into a stream of passive income, the 3 hidden risk traps and how to prevent them, and how Roman, a complete options newbie, did this too. So let's dive into the first lesson. Just a reminder for those who are just now tuning in, everyone will get my newest book at the end of this presentation, the 112 Futures Options Strategy book, which walks you through step by step exactly how I traded, how to adjust it for every market condition, how to reduce risk, and everything you've ever wanted to know about the strategy. I will be telling you the link on the last slide of this training, so make sure to stay tuned because you are going to walk away with an amazing book. It's currently on Amazon for $20 and people buy it, but I want to give it to you for free. So what exactly is the 112 strategy? The 112 strategy is a simple option selling strategy that combines put selling, which means I make income, with a put debit spread, which means hedge. I'm protected from downside. So it's a really unique trade that combines both the income trading and combines protection so that you have a bit more protection than you would normally as an option seller. So that's why it's a great trade. And also, instead of having to guess the market direction, you profit in virtually all market conditions because you have a hedge and because you're selling options, which means you profit based on time decay, just time going forward, time in the future, time passing, you're able to make money. So you basically become an insurance company where you're selling premium and you almost never lose, aka you have like a 90% plus win rate. Not only that, it's a slow and steady strategy, perfect for traders who don't want to gamble their life savings or be stuck to the screen trading every day, but for people and traders who want consistent and reliable returns over time. And this is what drew me to the 112 strategy because of how simple and how straightforward and how it even had a hedge inside of the trade to help protect it. Now, here is an example of the back test. You can see here how smooth and consistent the return can be, especially when we cut out some of these biggest risk factors that I'll be talking about here in the next section. But again, you can see here overall a great strategy to trade with, especially when you do it on futures options because it increases your return and takes less money to do. So here are some real results of 112 traders. Again, these are with broker verified profits. Again, Ryan, who I said made $3,500 in his first 30 days, verified with his broker. Roman made $100 in his first 30 days, and David made $1,000 in his first 30 days, and Dean made $700 in his first 30 days. Now, you might be saying, Austin, why are you showing me these again? Because all these people use the 112 strategy. Most of them were completely new to it, yet they saw it, they learned it, they put it into action, and these were the results from it. So again, taking what you're learning today and actually applying it is the goal. So now you might be saying, is this strategy too good to be true? Where does it fail? Okay, and so again, if you might be thinking, what's the catch? Then here it is. If volatility spikes or the market crashes, you could easily lose thousands of dollars. Okay, if volatility spikes or the market crashes, you can easily lose thousands. I want to make sure you're aware of that. I want you to know the risk. Okay, and so yes, there is risk with this strategy, just like there is always risk when trading. And so that is why managing the 112 trades yourself can be a big headache. Why? Well, because when you trade yourself, you have to manage multiple open positions, which contain a lot of different options contracts, a lot of different expiration dates, all at the same time. So there's so much you have to keep track of because the 112 trade has four different options inside of it. So there's a lot to manage. Also, when you're doing it yourself, you have to constantly check for a market crash or a volatility spike. And if you don't catch the crash or the spike at the right time or in time, you could lose thousands, which cause you to be constantly stuck to the screen. And so the result of manual trading these, it results in being stressed all the time and having no free time because you're stuck to the screen. So what's the solution? Automation, the options auto trader. When you combine the 112 strategy with automation, then you actually basically hit a golden little nugget here. And so here's how simple it is to set up the options auto trader. Number one, you connect your broker, whether it's Tasty Trade, Thinkorswim, Tradier, TradeStation, whatever. Again, if you're doing futures options, you'll be doing Tasty Trade because that's the best futures options platform. Next, you'll pick the 112 bot. And so again, we actually preload all the best settings for you so you don't have to worry about picking the right delta, gamma, vega, all those things that you might get confused about. Instead, you just go to our strategy database and say, I want to trade the 112 trade. You click on start using bot and then it pre-populates all the settings for you. You set up some safeguards. You say, this is how much money I want to let the bot use. And then next, you let it run. Here's a real account from one of our members, Roman, who I'll be showing more about here later on, who was able to make $18,000 basically in his first 6 months using mainly 112 trades. And so that's how awesome it can be. Literally, that's how simple. One, connect your broker. Number two, pick the 112 bot and we'll preload all the best practices and settings for you. Set up the safeguards so you're protected and then let it profit for you. So who here wants to see a demo of how the options auto trader works and how you can use it to fully automate the 112 strategy so you're protected at all times and enter at the right time and so much more. Sweet, I see some yeses, so let's dive in. Here's an example of how simple it is to set up. Right now I'm sharing my screen and showing you the options auto trader. So if we look at it here, it's super simple. First, we need to connect our broker. So we go to our broker and we connect it, which is a super simple and secure connection. You just click on create connection. You go to the broker site. You give the options auto trader access. This is again secured with the broker and then it returns back and now your access is connected to the broker, which means you're good to go. Next thing you do is you again create the 112 bot, which again you can build from scratch or any other option strategy you want if you want to sell those. Or what you're going to do is simply just create the 112 bot, which again, you agree to the legal disclaimer. You go right here to the retirement income bots, and one of our best ones here is the 112. So again, the long-term 112 is our better one right here. So we can do the long-term 112. We click on start using this bot, and it preloads all the best practices for us. It preloads when it's entering, when to exit, how it hedges, all this stuff is all preloaded for us. So you don't have to do much of the thinking. Again, all this is explained in the book, which I'll give you at the end of this training, but that's how simple it is. So from there, now we just put in how much money do we want to allow this bot to use. So I'll just say $10,000 for this example. This bot can use up to $10,000. Once I do that, I click agree, and just like that, this is the 112 options bot that's made. You can read through all the settings, when it's going to place, how it's going to place the trades, some example returns and profits and different things like that. And just like that, you created a 112 bot. You can see right here, this one that's been running for about 3 months now has made me about $5,000, even with the most market recent turn down. Again, it's still making money, which is awesome. So that's what this strategy is, the 112, and that's how simple it is to set up. Connect your broker, pick the 112 bot in the system, we'll preload all the best practices for you, then you can review it and set it live, and just like that. That's how it can work, and you can paper trade it on our system. Whether your broker supports paper trading or not, we do, so you can test it out, and then you can move it to your live account when you're ready and start letting it profit for you on autopilot. And that's how simple it is to set up the options auto trader for a 112 trade to fully automate the entries, exits, hedges, and everything. Now let's dive back into the training because I have more to share. After seeing the demo, who here thinks the options auto trader is awesome? You're like, oh my gosh, this is so simple. I can literally just plug in the 112 trade and get it to start working for me based on all the best practices in the book. Again, I'll read about it in the book once I get it, but you can literally just plug it all in a matter of minutes. And that's why it's awesome. That's why it's helped so many people. So this is who this platform works for. It works for option traders with a strategy. It works for option traders without a strategy. It works for people who do undefined risk trades, defined risk trades, people who want to do credit spreads, debit spreads, or calendar strategies, because yes, you can do a 112 calendar trade to help you decrease your risk and increase your profit. This works for options traders who do stock options, ETF options, futures options, index options, so you can do the 112 on all those assets. Again, it works best on futures options, but you can do it on all those if you want. It works for someone who is new to options but wants to use the 112 to generate passive income, and it works for people who want to do the 112 strategy but hates risk. And so again, if that sounds like you, I want to show you a story of Ryan, of how he used this and the 112 bots to actually make $3,000 in his first month. So let's hear from Ryan.
I think one thing, like even in some of our trainings that we've had, we talked about how this is the only bot that you actually know what it's doing. I have a bot right now. I mean, I could almost screen share if that's illegal, but it's trading Forex for me. I had $1,500 in there. I think I started with $13.95 to be exact. It got up to 14 because it's real slow. I'm trying to do 2% a month, $1,400 account. I mean, I don't expect much money, but I want to be low and slow. And so they got me up to 1460, I think it was. And I just checked it before I got on this call, and it's down to 1370. So it took forever to get up there, and then it lost $70, $80 in a matter of like a day, 2-3 days, And so, yeah, I would tell people, find somebody you can trust, find a company, because this one I actually know what it's doing. The other bot, they programmed it for me. I had to trust their system, what their strategy is. Are they swing trading? Are they day trading? I don't know. I have no clue. But at least with this bot, I know exactly what it's doing, why it's doing, and it actually follows my strategy or my trading style. So this is a no-brainer. And so now with the bot, it's just, I sleep at night. There's times when you want to be in front of the computer all the time because you're always trying to make money. We're always taught to make money. Like that's just what we're taught as a whole. You're always gonna make money. And because we live in a world that's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, you can always be making money. And so now suddenly you're stuck in front of your computer every day, or you're out to dinner with your friends and you're still checking your phone, checking the market, always worried about your positions. I don't do that anymore. I mean, today I have to run around, didn't think about the market at all. So that's what the bot has done for me. It's not only made me money, but it's also taken away the stress of having to worry about are my positions protected.
Are you guys getting this? Are you guys seeing how cool this is? How Ryan was able to do this? How he knows exactly what it's doing because the system follows rules. It follows actually our predefined best practices around the 112, built around some of the industry leaders and strategy experts for this trade. And so that's why you can do it. You can easily just plug in the 112 bot and then let it run for you based on the risk rules that you have. So I hope you guys can see how awesome that is, and how much just making a little money can bring peace of mind into your life and your ability to provide for your family, like it has with Ryan. Sweet. So today you've learned the secret options auto trader that turns the 112 option strategy into a stream of passive income in less than 10 minutes. And now we're going to dive into the 3 hidden risk traps that could wipe out your account and the simple fixes of how to prevent them. So Steve Burns is a professional trader who's been trading for over 10 years now. And he said this, and I couldn't agree more. He says, if you do not manage risk in trading, then nothing else you do really matters. In the long run, you will just give back any profits. And you have probably seen this to be true, right? Where you have a small win, and then a big loss that wipes it all out. Or maybe a winning month, and one losing month that knocks out all the previous winners. And it's so annoying because you feel like you're putting all this time, all this attention into trading, yet you're losing or breaking even and really have nothing great to show for it because of the market. And so the thing is, if we can just decrease our losses and limit our losses, then we'll do a lot better, right? If you could just not have your biggest loss, would you have probably made more money? Absolutely. And so if we just can manage risk, that's the goal. So here are the 3 hidden risks that most people aren't aware of for the 112. That is manipulation risk, market crash risk, and volatility risk. You've probably heard me mention some of these already. Now let me show you how to fix them. Okay, so manipulation risk is where we have big institutions like hedge funds being able to spy on our trades and manipulate the market to get it to knock us out at a losing trade. So if we think about the animal kingdom, we have hunters and we have prey. If the hunter can see what it wants to attack, it will go after it and kill it. Now that's exactly what's happening in the trading world. The big institutions can see our trading orders, they go after it, they manipulate the market to get it to fill early for no reason, and then we're stuck with the loss. And so we just keep getting the short end of the stick when it comes to hedge funds and the market. So that is what manipulation risk is. There's also market crash risk. If the market crashes, as an options seller, we can lose a ton of money because options are a leveraged thing, which means when we win a lot, which is awesome, but when we lose, we'll also lose a lot as well. And so again, yes, this is a worst case scenario, but if the market were to crash just 5%, you could lose thousands. Imagine a 10% or a 20% drop, you could blow up basically your whole account if you're not doing it correctly. And so we need to be able to manage against it, and that is known as market crash risk. And then last but not least, we have options volatility risk. This is VIX, and so if VIX spikes, aka if fear in the market rises from either a market crash or news or something else, we will immediately be losing money even if our trade did nothing wrong, right? Our trade could be moving in the right direction, but if volatility goes up or goes against us, then guess what? We will have huge losses as well. So how do we exactly prevent against all this stuff? But the thing is let's say we could. Well, if we could prevent against all this stuff, we're still having to battle ourselves. We still have the emotions of fear and greed and FOMO and chasing and doing all these things and just trying to get it right, which is why we use automation. So by now you should know that the options auto trader is the tool to use. And so how exactly does it do this? Well, the options auto trader supports rigged proof stops, which means if the hunter can't see the prey, then there's nothing to attack, right? So by putting a brick wall between the hunter and the prey, there's nothing they can do. Just like a zoo, you can have them next to each other, nothing's going to happen because they can't see each other, right? And so that's exactly what we do with you and the big institutions and hedge funds. We put a brick wall between your orders and the public market so that they can't see it, they can't manipulate the market to get you to knock out of the trade early. Instead, we check for this manipulation, we ignore it, and we make sure that your orders are protected. And so again, you might be wondering, how does the options auto trader do that? OAT for short, options auto trader. How does it do that? Well, it's done for you automatically. That's right. There's nothing you need to do. By default, we look for manipulation in the market and we ignore it unless it's actually crashing, or we actually keep your orders on our own private network until they're ready to be sent into the market, so that way nobody can see your orders and take advantage of them. And all along the way, automatically, we install these best practices that a lot of newbie traders make and fall into, that leads to them losing thousands of dollars. And instead, that is built into our platform by default, so that you have all the best practices installed and just get the profits left. So now we also manage risk during crashes. How? It's like an early brake system. You know how some cars now, when they get close to another car, they will automatically start stopping for you, even if you don't see it. Well, we have that same early crash warning system, and again, we use an indicator like this. And when something like this happens, aka the market is too overextended and a crash is likely, what we do is we pull out of trade so that we reduce the risk by getting out before a crash happens. Now, will this get us out of all crashes? Absolutely not, right? We can't do that. Nothing is 100% in the market, but we can still get out of about 90% of crashes by using this early warning system. And so again, you can see here, here's one time it triggered, and it would have saved you from a 28% drop in the market, aka this could have easily blown up your account as an options trader, and we were able to prevent against it automatically. And so you might be wondering, how does the options auto trader do that? Well, you simply go into your bot, and for the market crash safeguard, you just enable it. You say, enable. I do not want to deal with this. You enable it, and then we will protect you from it. If we see a crash likely to happen, we will close your trades out so that you do not have risk when the crash happens or when the pullback happens. And so just like that, you can be protected from a lot of crashes just by enabling this one feature inside the options auto trader. But not only that, how do we manage against the volatility risk, right? We've managed the manipulation risk, we removed that, we removed the market risk, and for volatility risk, the easiest way to remove it is to scale our trades based on risk, right? Because there's certain times in the market when it's riskier, and so we should be in less trades, and times in the market when it's less risky, and so we should be in more trades. And so the options auto trader will automatically scale your trading and your sizing based on the risk in the market. So that way, when the risk is higher, we're in less trades, so that if something goes wrong, we take a loss on a smaller portion of our account instead of a larger portion. And so again, it does this by adjusting our trading sizing based on where VIX is. And so you might be wondering, how exactly does the options auto trader do that? Well, as always, it's super simple. You just go into the options auto trader, you click enable on this setting, and once you click enable, it will automatically size your trading based on where volatility, or aka risk in the market is. So that's how simple it is to do all that. And so you might be saying, okay, Austin, this is awesome. It can remove the manipulation risk, it can remove the market crash risk, and it can remove most of volatility risk. But aren't these robots? Aren't these going to take over my account, do some thinking for me, and do things I don't want? Well, that's exactly why our bots are rules-based. You make the rules, you set the rules, and the only thing the bot can do is follow those rules. It's exactly what Ryan said. He says he loves it because he knows exactly what it's going to do every time. And so that's why you need a bot that follows your rules, like an assistant that thinks like you but doesn't have the emotions and can execute flawlessly every time. And so again, this is not a black box, this is not AI, this is just a system where you set the rules and it follows it. We also have things to help protect it though, like a buying power limit. This is required to set for the bot, and basically you say, hey bot, you can trade with no more than this amount of money. And so that means that you can limit how much money a bot is using so that you never overtrade, oversize, or the bot does anything wrong. And so again, that's why we have so many protections here. But not only that, I want to show you everything fully transparently. So you can see everything that the bot is doing in real time. You can stop it, you can start it, you can change it, whatever you want, but you can see this is why it's entering, or this is why it failed, so you know how to fix it and how to change it. So again, we are fully transparent. We show you everything so that you know exactly what to do and what it's doing. And then again, these are the same rules that gave Nick peace of mind as a new trader, and let's hear straight from Nick.
And I've already made I think since premium net of fees, I think I just added it up a little over $500, and I just have just about $600 cash in there. I mean $6,000 cash in there.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
that's only like 30 days. I think it's just the peace of mind you get from not having to worry about it, and just you just keep you get like what I do is I automate things. Obviously, that's why I'm in the well, got signed up for the auto trader, like my deposit and stuff. And every time I got a new deposit that goes through, I have like weekly deposit set up. Then I just go and up my buying power allocation to account for the new cash. And it's just super simple. You don't have to go in as often as I do, but I like to fiddle with numbers. If I'm not fiddling with the numbers or Excel spreadsheet somewhere, I'm not really happy. So it's you can just do it like once a month. You don't even have to go in that much. Once you get make some money, then you ever once a month go in and up the buying power allocation. It's just super simple, super stress free. And there's like these safeguards that you set up in there for stop losses, and the market crash indicator. So you'll buy your long positions so you only keep the put debit spread, for the down markets. I just think it's just really well designed.
Isn't that awesome? Are you guys getting this? Are you seeing this? You seeing how it worked for Nick? How it gave him more peace of mind? If you could have almost all these risk factors removed from your trading, how much more at peace would you be, right? That's how awesome the system is. And so today you've learned about the options auto trader that can turn any 112 into extreme passive income. You've learned about the 3 hidden risk traps and how to prevent them. And now we're going to learn how Roman, a complete newbie, did the exact same thing. And so Tony Robbins, who's the highest paid life coach, who has coached people from professional athletes to presidents to Olympians, he's trained so many people. And he said this one time, and it stuck with me. He said, if you want to achieve success, all you need to do is find a way to model those who have already succeeded. And so that's exactly what Roman did. He said, Austin, I don't want to repeat the process. I don't want to recreate the wheel. I just want to follow what you did. I want to take the strategy that's working best for you right now, and I want to use it. And so that's exactly what he did. He just copied me. He cloned my system, and he went on to make $18,000 in his first 6 months, which is awesome and insane, especially for someone who has never traded options before. So here's exactly what Roman did, the exact 5 steps. Step 1, he signed up for the options auto trader. He knew that he needed to take advantage of automation because he worked full time and he wasn't able to watch the screens to be able to properly protect his account. Step number 2, he connected his broker, which was Tasty Trade, because if you're going to do 112 futures options, you need to do them on Tasty Trade. Next, he set up step number 3, which he's cloned his my 112 bots. He went into the database. He said, Austin's using the long-term 112, so I'm going to use that. He clicked start using this bot, and then it preloaded all the strategies and rules for him. And then step number 4, he set up his safeguards. He said, bot, I want you to trade no more than this amount. And then after that, he went on to profit on autopilot. He made $18,000 in his first 6 months. Does that mean you'll do that? Absolutely not. That is a crazy return. Most people don't do that, but I just wanted to show you what is possible. Like, what if you could only do a tenth of that? What if you could only make $1,000 in your first month? How much would that change everything, right? So hopefully by now you're getting this, okay? But don't just take my word for it. Let's hear straight from Roman.
My biggest fear was that it's not going to work because stuff on the internet usually doesn't work. But that particular one, I'm impressed and shocked. I absolutely love it, and this is my honest opinion, by the way.
So
I was not paid to say that. Yeah, go ahead. I can actually think of retirement now because I can see the horizons, which is a huge thing for a lot of people, I'm sure. So that's the thing. So once I start using AutoTrader, I basically can see the timeline, when I'm going to reach my goal. Starting, I believe it was March, year-to-date profit, and again, it's my first time rodeo. I didn't know nothing about options before. I mean, I did know about options, but I never trade options. So, and I made a bunch of mistakes that nothing to do with a trader. Made $3,070. Altogether, maybe it took me like the whole thing. It took about an hour of my time since March to we're in May.
That's awesome. I mean, that's the whole goal of this, right?
Right. So this is as hands off as it can be.
Are you guys getting this? Isn't that super cool? How Roman, who had no experience with options before, was able to do this, right? Can you imagine making $3,000 in your first 3 months or $1,000 in your first 30 days? That's exactly what Roman did with the 112 strategy combined with the options auto trader. But not only has Roman does this, so has Lorna, who's a retired software developer from Amazon and Starbucks, and now works with Sampler Trading. But she uses this tool to actually know and be able to rely on a system to do something that can follow its rules and do so correctly. And we also have Don, a retired VP of sales with a coffee company, which is actually really cool, has used this system to actually enjoy retirement, to play golf, and to actually spend time with his family, which is awesome. And Tom, a retired entrepreneur, has used this to do this as well, which is awesome. And so now you might be saying, can I do this too? Well, by now you know that I like to be an honest guy here, and I'm not going to promise you that you can, because the truth is, it depends, right? I don't know. It depends on the market, which I can't control, and it depends on the actions you take, which I also can't control. So I can't guarantee that you'll be able to do this. All I can say is I made this as simple as possible, and it's super easy for people that have a certain set of qualifications. So that is what they are. So if you are someone who matches the following criteria, then you'll be able to easily do this, okay? If you are someone or a trader who has experience with options already, you know what a put is, you know what a call is, you'll be able to fly through this super easily and super quickly. Now, if you're someone without options experience, you might be a little confused, a little overwhelmed, but if you're someone who enjoys learning, can learn quickly, again, you'll be able to knock this out quickly as well. But you need to have some experience with options, and that's how you can do this the fastest. Also, you have to have the tech ability to set up a bot. Again, you saw the demo, you saw how simple it is, but yet some people just aren't good with tech, and that's fine. If you really have no idea what a mouse is or a keyboard is, or you've never connected to the internet before, first off, I don't know how you're watching this training, but you're going to have a hard time doing this. So if you're someone who understands options, who has the ability to move a mouse and click a few buttons, then you'll be able to do this. And last but not least, you have to have at least $50,000 in your trading account. Now you might be saying, why do I need that much money? I've seen other people start with less. And you need to actually do that if you want to take full advantage of all the options selling strategies and our pre-built bots that we have. Now, why do I say that? Well, because options selling requires a lot of risk, and so you have to put up a lot of money. Some of the trades take a bit of money to put on. And so in order to properly use this with hedging and with other bots, you need to make sure that you have a proper account size. And so that's being $50,000 or more. You can get away with a $25,000 account. You could even get away with a $10,000 account. But if you want to make a decent return, then you want to have at least $50,000 in your trading account. So the question is, can I do this? Yes, you can. If you have some option experience, you have the ability to move a mouse and click buttons, and you have at least $50,000 on your in your trading account. Next, you might be saying, how much can I make? Well, just like the other thing, I can't guarantee and will not promise anything like that. And again, it really depends on what is the market doing, which I can't control. What are you doing, which I can't control either? And so the answer is it depends. I don't know how much you can make. However, if you are someone who has the following things, then you're going to be like some of our most successful members who tend to make a decent return, or I should say on average make $1,000 in their first 30 days. So I'm going to show you what those people look like. If that sounds like you, then you'll probably be a great fit. Okay, so if you understand the long-term game, okay, that you understand that option selling can take, depending on the strategy you're using, about 2 weeks to a month to close, right? You're going to hold trades for 2 weeks to a month, maybe a bit longer if the market is not going in our favor, right? Either way, we're going to hold these positions for more of a longer term. These are not day trades, and so if you understand that, you're like our best members. Also, if you expect to make $500 or less in your first month since you're learning, okay? Our best members, yes, have gone on to do $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month, if not more, but they all started with the goal of, hey, if I can just learn this and make $500 in my first month by learning and getting going slowly, then I know I can scale from there. So if that sounds like someone you are, you're like, I don't expect to make $1,000, $3,000, $4,000 in my first month. I just expect to learn, maybe make about 500, and then I'll be able to scale from there since I know it works. So if that sounds like you, and once again you have at least 50,000 in your trading account, then you are among our top users. Like I segmented what are our best users doing, who made the most money, who makes the most money every month, and this is what they do. They understand the long-term game. They only expect to make $500 in their first month because they know they're learning, and then they scale from there, which they have, and they have at least 50,000 in your trading account. So if this sounds like you are exactly what our best users are, and so you'll most likely have great success with this program. So on this training so far, you've learned about the 1-1-2 strategy. You saw the back test. You saw how it works and how it works in most markets. You learned about the options auto trader that can simply automate it for you in as little as a few clicks. You learned how the system supports rigged proof stops so that your orders can actually be protected from the market and your stop losses will execute perfectly every time. You learned how we manage risk during crashes using our early warning system. You've learned how to eliminate volatility risk by scaling your trading and how we can do this on autopilot. And you learned about how simple it is to get started. Only 5 simple steps with a real case study of Roman showing you how that's done. Someone who has never traded options before, copy and pasted our 1-1-2 bot and was able to go on to make some great money in his first 6 months. Again, starting small and then slowly scaling from there. So let me ask you a question. Was our time together so far enjoyable and valuable? Yes or no? Did you get something from this training? Do you now feel more confident in your ability to generate options income on autopilot? Yes or no? Do you see how you can actually put this into action? And yes or no, is it fair to say that using these lessons today, you'll have an unfair advantage over other option sellers and traders? Yes or no? Hopefully the answer is yes to all of these, because that's what I tried to give you in today's training. And so again, I'm so excited you're here, but I have one more question. Would you be interested in seeing an amazing offer to help you get started with this quickly so that I can hold your hand and take some accountability for your journey, for your process, and help you along the way quickly to make sure you get set up correctly and you can do this as soon as tomorrow? Does that sound like something you're interested in? Are you cool if I show you this amazing offer? Let me know. Yes in the chat if that sounds like you. Cool. I'm seeing a couple yeses, so I'll dive in. The offer is called Retire Using Option Bots Program. This is the only program you need to go from knowing nothing to retiring using options bots. I'm going to give you my whole playbook, my whole system, and the whole shebang in this limited time special. So here's what you're going to get when you invest in this program today. You're going to get the Options Auto Trader for free for the next 12 months. Who here would like the Options Auto Trader for free for 12 months? You literally get 12 months of access for free. Well, that's what you get when you invest in this program. Free 12 months of the Options Auto Trader. Are you guys excited? I hope you are, because I wanted to give you something incredible to start off with. And so here's what our pro members get. They get 10 different broker connections, whether they want to connect their IRA, their 401k, their normal broker account, their margin, whether they want to do it at Schwab or Tasty or whatever, you can connect them all. You get 50 live trading bots to trade across your broker accounts, 100 paper bots that you can test all strategies you want. You get 100,000 limit per bot, and you get priority support, email, live chat, etc., and so much more. You'll be able to do things like sell puts, sell calls, buy puts, buy calls. You'll be able to automate all of it. Most importantly, you'll be able to automate the 1-1-2 strategy or the other variations like the 1-1-1 for smaller accounts or the 1-1-2-2 for my IRA and retirement accounts. You'll learn exactly how to do that. Plus, I will give you a pre-built bot for each one. You'll be able to automate things like iron condors, credit spreads, debit spreads, calendar spreads. You'll be able to sell strangles, straddles, all that stuff, and even build out your own custom strategies. You'll be able to automate any option strategy you want. You'll also be able to get rid of a ton of things as well. You'll be able to get rid of any options alert subscriptions you have. No more having to log into Discord or your email to follow some alerts, to log into broker, to follow it all. You no longer have to do that because we handle the whole thing through automation. No longer worry about following trading signals. You can cancel that subscription as well. No longer worrying about charting software because we check the charts for you. Market research subscriptions because we pay for market data for you. No trade journaling software because that's already included in this software. No more manual trading. No more advisory or performance fees because we never charge that. No more risk management tools because we have everything built in for you. No more analytics because we show you everything in our platform already. No more option screeners. No more having to worry about emotional trading, FOMO, greed, and all that stuff getting in your way from placing a good trade and getting in and out at the right times. And no more stress from checking your trades 24/7 because you'll have an assistant to do it for you. So you'll be able to get rid of so much and save so much money just by using the Options Auto Trader, which you get for free for the next 12 months. But not only that, here's David. He says, there is no FOMO because the Options Auto Trader places the trade for you within the conditions you choose. So I didn't have to worry, did I enter at the right time or did I miss out on a trade? Who here of you guys have said, Austin, I missed out on a trade before because I was busy, or maybe I got out too late, leading to a larger loss because I just didn't have the time. I was stuck in a meeting, I was with family, I was at a party, whatever. Guys, it happens all the time, which is why we need a system. And that's exactly why David said, give the Auto Trader a try. You only have money to gain because you can have a system that removes FOMO and allows you to follow rules consistently. Bruce here says, who's from New Zealand, he says, for people outside the US like me, using the Auto Trader means I do not have to go live during market open hours, so I can let it run its course, which is perfect for me. Are you guys getting this? Are you guys seeing this? The market's closed open when he's asleep, and so now he can let it run for him. Even if you're awake when the market's open, you still shouldn't be a slave to the screen. You shouldn't have to check it, which is why you should have a system that works for you. And that's exactly why Bruce says, amazing system, AAA+++++. I wish I got a grade like that in high school, never did, but this system does. Steve Faulkner says, I love this service. It takes the work out of income generation from options selling. Guys, how many times have you been trying to sell options, but you see a bit confusing? You have so many positions, it's hard to manage them all correctly. Well, now that you have a bot that follows your rules and knows what you want, it can do exactly what you want in real time. Every single second, it can check on your trades without messing up or missing a beat. And that's exactly why Steve loves the system and why you'll probably like it too. So here's what you can do if you already have an Options Auto Trader account, because I know I get that question sometimes. Well, if you invest in this program today, don't worry, I will upgrade your existing account to the Pro plan and I will push out your next payment for an entire year. That's right, you will have free access for the next 12 months. Everybody who invests in this program today, whether you have an account already or not, a trial or whatever, I will push the payment out for 12 months so that you have free access for the next 12 months when you invest in this program. Now, you might be saying, what happens after the 12 months? What happens after 1 year? Are you going to charge me an arm and a leg? Absolutely not, okay? If you would have just told me 6 months ago that I would have a complete automated system making me about $3,000 to $4,000 a month on autopilot, I would not have believed you. But now look at where I am, only because I took action and I actually saw something to fruition. I saw, you know what, the 1-1-2 strategy is great. If I combine it with automation and then reduce the risk, I can probably have something good going. And again, you might be able to do the same thing. And so I don't know where you'll be in a year either. And so I don't want to limit you. So I'll send you a reminder in a year to make the choice on what subscription best works for you. Does that sound good? Is it okay if you just get started and give it a year and then see where you're at there, and then you can make the choice then? And so again, you can figure it out after the end of the year, but you will be reminded so that you're not charged until you're ready. But by default, we'll put you on the normal Pro plan, which is $197 a month. So super cheap. Again, you should make way more than that in your average month. Okay, so here's everything you're going to get when you invest in this program. You're going to get the Options Auto Trader 12-month Pro plan for free, which is a $2,364 value. You'll also get access to the Options Auto Trader MASTERCLASS. This is a 15-minute in-depth course that shows you how to go from never using this platform to connecting your broker to getting set up to being able to pick the right bots for your account. Again, for most of you, it's going to be the 1-1-2 as we discussed in this training, and then also how to track and improve the bot as time goes on. So you get access to my entire masterclass so you always know what to do step by step. And again, this works for options traders with a strategy that you want to automate, people without who want to mimic my 112 strategy. It works for people who want to do undefined risk, or they want to define the 112 trade or any other options trading they do. They want to do a credit trade, a debit trade, a calendar trade, even if it's a calendar 112. It works for people who want to do it on stock options, ETF options, futures options, index options. It works for people who are new to options but still want passive income. And it works for people who want to trade options but without all the risk. So here's what you're going to get when you invest in the Retire Using Option Bots program today. You're going to get the Options Auto Trader, a 12-month pro plan for free, which is a $2,364 value. You're going to get the Options Auto Trader Masterclass to know exactly how to use the software, a $1,997 value, a total value of $4,361. But you might be saying, but Austin, wait, I don't have a strategy. I don't exactly know what I'm doing, or maybe I do, but I want something a bit more consistent. I don't blame you. I was there too, which is exactly why I'm going to give you access to all of my bots, specifically my retirement income bots, which include multiple different 112 bots. You can pick which ones you want to use based on your goals. And so again, I will give you all my retirement income bots preloaded into your account, and it'll even include a special few that only come when you sign up through this webinar. Not only that, but you'll also get access to my hedging bots so that you can help protect your downside. Because again, I can't protect you from all crashes. I will help you get out of most of them, but if it does happen, being able to have hedges to protect your downside is the next best thing. So you'll be able to one-click install some of the best hedging protections around. So again, these are my proven plug-and-play bots that will be installed in your account for you. Again, you can see Neil has used it, specifically our 112 ones, to make $1,300 in his first month, which is awesome. Guys, how much would $1,300 a month change your life? Wouldn't that be awesome? Again, these are the same bots that Ryan used, that Roman used to make $100, that David used to make $1,000 in his first 30 days, and Dean used to make $700 in his first 30 days. So again, these are the same systems that you can use as well. So here's what you're going to get when you invest in the Retire Using Option Bots program. You're going to get the Options Auto Trader, a 12-month pro plan, a $2,364 value. You're going to get the Options Auto Trader Masterclass, a $1,997 value. The Retirement Income Options Bots preloaded into your account, a $5,000 value. Guys, some people charge literally $10,000 for a single bot, but you're going to get all my best ones that take years to develop for $5,000. You're going to get the hedging options bots, a $3,000 value. That's a total value of $12,361. Now, you might be saying, what else do you need? I've already given you the software, the training on how to use the software, my best bots so that you can get started quickly. And I thought, you know what? What about support to make sure that you have your hand held along the entire process? And so I'm giving you access to concierge video support at any time, anywhere. You just open up the box and you'll see this special symbol for you called personalized video support. You just say, hey, this is what I need help on. This is what I have a question about. And we'll get back to you in less than 3 hours with a detailed response video walkthrough to show you how to do exactly what you're doing, or to explain your questions so that you're never left wondering, you're never left confused, you know exactly what to do at any given time. So again, here's what you're going to get when you invest in this program today. You're going to get the Options Auto Trader 12-month pro plan, a 12-month literally free trial basically for a $2,364 value. You're going to get the Options Auto Trader Masterclass. You're going to get my retirement income bots, my hedging bots, and concierge video support to make sure you have everything you need to be successful. That's a total value of $12,858. Now guys, if all this program did was finally make you a consistent income every month from options, would it be worth it? Yes or no? This finally gave you the option to make an extra $500, maybe an extra $700, maybe an extra $1,000 a month. If all it could do was that, would it be worth it? If all this did was help you have true time freedom, so that you never had to be stuck to the screen again, you could get in at the right time, out at the right time, and when you're with your kids and your wife, you could actually be present with them because you know your trades are being protected. If all that did was that, would it be worth it? Yes or no? And last, if all it did was give you the ability to sleep at night because you know you're protected from market crashes, and finally have a real stop loss that can't be manipulated by market makers, would it be worth it? Yes or no? For me, all the answers are a wholehearted yes. This has saved me so much, and the peace from trading that I've gotten since using this system has been bar none the best thing ever. So I had two choices when putting this program together. First option, go as cheap as possible and try to sell as many as possible, which wouldn't really incentivize me to stack the value for you. And there was also a second option, which requires a little higher investment, but in exchange, you can devote more resources to help guarantee your success. And by now, if you know anything about me, I went with option number 2 because I wanted to make sure you had everything you needed to help guarantee your success with this program. And so you can now see why it's a good deal at $12,000. If I were to charge that, you would still be able to make money from it and it would be an awesome deal, right? Well, it would also be a steal if I offered it for $5,000. And for the general public, it's $1,997, which honestly is an absolute flat out steal, which is a no-brainer. But because I'm looking for more testimonials, I will give you an insane deal if you agree to let me share your results on future training. Say, yes, Austin, I agree. Put in the chat. Say, yes, I agree to do this, and I'm okay with the deal. I want a great deal from you. All right, sweet. Since I'm seeing some yeses, I'll just go with it. You can get started now for just one payment of $997. You can sign up now. Go to oatdiscount.com/112. Open up a new browser tab or click the button down below and go to oatdiscount.com/112 to get started with just one payment of $997. Look, guys, this software so far has taken me over 3,600 hours, which is only over 1 million or so minutes, to build out this software to be reliable, to work for you, and to automate 112s in a way that no other software ever has. It's cost me a little bit over $500,000 in development costs to get this running, and we currently manage and track over $30 million of connected assets for everyone who uses the software. So we're pretty big now, and so all that stuff I could charge you so much for it. But again, I want the action takers to actually get started, and so that's why I'm giving you access to get started for just one payment of $997. Sign up now. Go to oatdiscount.com/112. Now remember how I had 2 choices? Well, now you have 2 choices. The first option, do nothing and not take this leap of faith, which is 100% risk-free, as I'll discuss in a second. Or the second option, which is make this small investment today compared to all the value you'll get in return and just give it a shot. Guys, my business motto is simple. If I can't make you money, then I don't deserve yours, and I truly believe that. I obsess over making sure that you guys have the highest success rate, that you guys are set up to win. You have the best bots, best system, best strategy to make sure that no matter what the market is doing, you have success. That is what I wake up every day focusing on, and that's why that is my business motto. And so again, because of that, I'm giving you a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you sign up today and you don't like it for any reason, I don't care if it's 29 days, 28 hours, and 59 minutes from now, just let me know and I'll give you your money back. No questions asked, no squabbles, no whatever. Again, I'll just give it back and say sorry. That means even if you sign up for the program and you make money and you still want your money back, don't worry, I'll give it back to you, okay? So here's the real question. Is it worth gambling a few minutes of your time to check this out, which if it does even half of what I claim today, could pay for itself 30 days after your first bot goes live? That is the question, okay? Is it worth just gambling a little bit of your time to test it out for 30 days? You basically have a 30-day test drive. If you don't like it for any reason, you get your money back, no harm, no foul, right? So here's what you're going to get when you invest in this program today. You're going to get the Options Auto Trader 12-month Pro Plan, a $2,364 value. The Options Auto Trader Masterclass, a $2,000 value. Our retirement income bots and our hedging bots. You're going to get a concierge video support to make sure you have your hand held the whole process. And that's a total value of $12,858. And you can get started now for just one payment of $997. Sign up now. Go to oatdiscount.com/112. oatdiscount.com/112 or click the button down below to get started. Plus, when you invest in this program today, you'll also get 3 incredible bonuses, okay? Bonus number 1 is our broker quick start guides. I always get a lot of questions. Austin, I have this broker. I don't know what account is best. How do I get this set up? Or I also hear, Austin, I have no broker, but I want to get started. What broker is best and how do I get started? Well, I created an in-depth broker guide, regardless of what broker you're coming from, to know how to get set up quickly. And so I'll give you instant access to these broker quick start guides when you invest in this program today. But not only that, I'm also giving you access to bonus number 2, which is our case studies and bots templates course. Now you might be saying, what is this? Well, I always get a lot of questions from people of like, Austin, what are the most successful people on your platform doing? Like, what are the exact strategies and bots that Ryan used, that Roman used, that all these other people use? Like, what are they doing? What's working right now? And so again, because of that, I recorded a course that explains, like, there's a dedicated video for each person to explain, this is what this person's doing, this is how they're making money, this is how they're protecting their account, and these are the links for their exact bots. You can clone their bots and use it in your own account. So if you literally want to copy the people who are doing the best right now, this is the bonus for you, and you get exclusive access to it when you invest in this program today. Last but not least, you get access to bonus number 3, which is cut your trading taxes in half. Because when you start making money, then the next problem is, I am going to be paying a lot of taxes. And so basically what you can do is you can make just a few minor changes to the way that you're trading and cut your taxes down a lot so that you can save money with taxes. Guys, I talked to a lot of CPAs and tax experts about these trading stuff, and I was able to implement this, and it saved me $3,000 in taxes when I started implementing these strategies a couple years ago. And so I want to pass down all these learnings to you so that not only can you make money, but once you start making more, you can then save money from your taxes as well. So here's what you're going to get when you invest in this program today. You're going to get the Options Auto Trader 12-month Pro Plan, a $2,364 value. You're going to get the Options Auto Trader Masterclass, a $2,000 value. Our Retirement Income Bots, a $5,000 value. Our Hedging Bots, a $3,000 value. Concierge Video Support, a $497 value. Bonus number 1, Broker Quick Start Guides, that you get free instant access to for life, a $297 value. Bonus number 2, case studies and bots, which show you how the best traders are doing it, and you can literally steal their bots for free as a $4,000 value. And bonus number 3, cut your trading taxes in half so you can save as much as $3,000. So this program not only helps you make money, but save money as well. It's a total value of $20,155, and you can get started now with just one payment of $997. Go sign up now, oatdiscount.com/112, or click the button down below. oatdiscount.com/112, or click the button down below. Now stop. I want to make sure I get your attention here because this is very, very important and only applies to a select few of you, okay? For the first 20 people who invest in themselves and in this program today, I have something I want to share with you. Remember how our pro members get 10 broker connections, 25 live trading bots, 50 paper trading bots, a $100,000 limit per bot, and priority support? Well, guess what? For the first 20 people who invest in this program today, including the people who have already bought, because there are some, you will get not just 10 broker connections, not 20, not 30, not 40, not 50. I'm going to give you unlimited broker connections, which means you can connect as many brokers as you want across as many accounts as you would like. So unlimited connections. Not only that, instead of 20 live trading bots, and I'm not just going to double it, triple it, whatever, I'm going to give you unlimited. Guys, this can literally cost me a ton of money, and it probably will for most of you because I'm giving you access to unlimited on our software, but I want to bear that cost for you. And so I'm going to give you access to unlimited live bots. Not only that, instead of 50 paper bots, I'm giving you access to unlimited, so you can test any and all strategies you want with no limits. Instead of a $100,000 limit per bot, I'm going to give you $25,000 limit per bot and basically increase it by 3x so that you have everything you need to be able to go. Not only that, instead of just getting priority support, you'll also get access to weekly coaching with me inside of Discord. So again, for the first 20 people, you get everything you need to literally level up this offer for only the first 20 people, because I like working with action takers, with people who know what they want and go after it, who know, hey, this can work, and actually bet on themselves and do it. So for the first 20 people, not only will you get that, but remember how there's a 30-day refund? Well, for my action takers, for the first 20 people, instead of just giving you a 30-day refund, I thought, you know what? Let's give them something even better. Let's give them a 60-day refund. And I thought, you know what? They deserve better. They're actually taking action. They're investing in themselves. I should give them not just 1 month, not just 2 months, but I should give them 3 months. 90-day refund policy. So that means you have 90 days when you invest in this program today to just see if it would work. You don't even have to make any decisions. You have 3 months to figure out if this is a good fit for you. And in that time, I'm sure you'll be able to make some money. Who knows? We'll see. But you have 90 days to figure that out. So that's literally 3 months to see how it can work for you. And so again, how do you know if there's still spots remaining? On the checkout page, oatdiscount.com/112, or going to the button down below, you will see a counter of how many spots are left. This will update every single time somebody signs up. So again, if you're getting down to the wire, you might see 5 spots left, you might see 1, whatever it is, just make sure to pay attention to that, because once this is over, once 20 spots are taken, that message will go away and you won't be able to see it anymore. And I want you to be able to take advantage of it so that you get the free unlimited upgrade plus a 90-day refund instead of just 30. So here's the final reminder. You are going to be able to get upgraded to the unlimited plan for life, literally unlimited everything for free for life when you invest in this program today. Plus, you get 90-day refund policy. So that's how you go. Again, you can get started now by going to oatdiscount.com/112 or clicking the button down below. When you click on that, you'll be taken to a page that looks like this. You'll see Get Started Now. You'll put in your name, your email, and your shipping address, because fun fact, I want to ship you out something else for free, for fun. It's going to be a bonus surprise. Also, after that, after you put in your name, your email, your shipping address, then you'll be able to see here that you're getting access to the Retire Using OptionBots program plus a 12-month free trial to the Options Auto Trader. And then again, you just simply put in your credit card info and click Complete Order. As soon as you click Complete Order, you'll be taken to this page, which will give you access to everything you just purchased so that you can immediately get started now or just get started whenever you're ready. But you get immediate access to everything so that you know what you got and you can be ready to roll as soon as tomorrow. So sign up now. Go to oatdiscount.com/112 or click the button down below. And my question is, if you haven't signed up now, then when? If not now, then when? Haven't you heard the story of the best time to plant a tree? The best time to plant a tree was 30 years ago, because by now it'd be tall, it'd be green, it'd be providing you shade, and maybe even fruit if it was a fruit tree, right? And so you might be saying, well, I didn't plant a tree 30 years ago, so what should I do now? Well, the next best time to plant a tree is now, right? Anytime you wait, it just takes the tree longer time to grow and to provide you the stuff you need. So if you haven't started trading now, again, it would have been best to do it 30 years ago. And you might be saying that, I wish I would have done this sooner. But the next best time is just now. Get started now and see where you'll be in as little as 3 months, maybe even a year. You could have changed your life and changed your trading forever. So sometimes I wish I had a DeLorean from Back to the Future, where I could go back in time and talk to my younger self. Because I'll just shake myself and be like, Austin, the 112, this is the way. Just plug it in and let it run for you. And again, use all the systems that I shared in this training. But again, if I could just shake myself and say, Austin, get started, this is the way, then I could definitely be a lot further than I am today. And I would have thanked myself a ton. So guys, since we can't go back in time, let's just remind ourselves now is the best time to do. Take action now. I'm even rewarding you above average just for taking action now and being one of the first 20. So sign up now, go to oatdiscount.com/112 or click the button down below. Now, I did not forget the book that I'm giving you. I'm giving you access to my 112 Futures Options Strategy book. No purchase required, no nothing. I will give you the free instant download here in about 3 minutes, so stay tuned. I'll give you that here on the last page. So I did not forget about this. I just want to do a quick Q&A time first. So here's a couple questions that I get. Austin, this sounds too good to be true. Will this work for me? As I mentioned before, I cannot promise or guarantee returns. All I can say is we have a proven system that we've helped hundreds, almost 1,000 people do now that has helped them make good money. And also not only that, but protect their risk, protect their accounts and different things like that. And so again, that's why I'm giving you access for the first 20 people, a 90-day refund to give you 3 months to figure out if this is a good fit for you, to go into the program, to join our coaching calls, to see if, hey, I can do this. And again, you have 3 months. I will invest all my time and energy into you. I will bear the cost of everything just to let you try this out for 3 months. And if it's not a good fit, no worries. You can just ask for your money back and you'll get it all back, no questions asked. So just give it a try and see how this can work for you. But again, as you can see here with Neil, making $49 in his first 29 minutes is pretty cool. $500 in their first month. And then David hitting it out of the park. You are in good company. Now, the next question I hear a lot is, is if the market crashes or volatility spikes, will this actually protect me? Guys, during August 6th, when the volatility spiked, like literally almost all of our users using these safeguards and protections were able to get out before it happened, or still able to exit in the midst of it. That's how amazing our software is. It's able to account for all these movements and get you out even when individual traders weren't able to do so. So will we be able to protect you from everything? Absolutely not. No way. But we will be able to give you a huge advantage and a huge leg up over manual traders to help you lower your risk, increase your profits, and actually be protected. The next question I hear a lot is, Austin, I'm not tech savvy. I don't think I'll be able to set this up. Is it actually as easy as you make it seem? Well, you've already seen the demo. You've seen me walk through. You've seen how simple it is. Guys, we have so many people, from the tech savvy people to the people who have a hard time turning on a computer, have used this tool to actually get set up quickly. That's why I'm giving you access to my bots, which you can just get started with one click and get going. And guess what? That's also why I'm giving you access to concierge support, which means if you get stuck along any step of the way, we'll jump on a video walkthrough and show you exactly how to do it so that your hand is always held. So you got this, okay? Next question. What if I lose my money? I can't afford big losses at this age. Guys, if you're trading manually, you're basically losing money. Guys, 99% of traders lose money. And if you've been trading for any amount of time, you probably know that. So again, if you actually want to protect your account, literally the best way is to implement these safeguards and do so with an automated system, because that can watch your trades 24/7 even when you can't. Remember, my biggest loss came at $15,000 loss from a single trade overnight. I was sleeping and that happened. But again, if I had this bot just a couple of years ago, then again, it would have been able to get me out of that trade overnight and prevent a ton of those losses. So ask yourself, can you afford to not try this? Can you afford to not have these protections on your account? I also hear, how long do I have access to support? You have access to support as long as you want. Any questions, reach out, we'll get you. Even if you're not a member and you still reach out because you have a question, we will still get back to you as literally as soon as possible. Our average response time is under 2 hours. So unlike other places where you reach out and you don't actually get a good answer and it takes like 3 weeks, well, you'll get a response that actually helps you, that guides you to the right thing, that answers your question in less than 3 hours. That is always our goal. I've also heard this a lot. Austin, I've tried other automation tools and lost money. How is this one different? Well, as you heard from Ryan, he says, I have other tools and they made money and lost money, but the problem is that they don't know what it's doing. And guys, this tool is based on rules. You pick the rules. If you don't like them or if something goes wrong with them, like it didn't work the way you wanted, you just simply change the rules to match what you want. So this one works because it gives you everything. You are in control. It's your money, your rules, your bots. And again, if you just want to change it, you go in there, you change it. So this one is different because it's fully transparent and it lets you do anything you want to do so that you remain in full control of your account at any time. Question is, what happens after a year? Am I going to have a huge renewal? Absolutely not. By default, it's going to renew at our $197 a month plan, but you can make that decision later because we'll remind you. But remember, if you would have just asked me 6 months ago if I could make, if it would be possible to make $3,000 to $4,000 a month on autopilot, I would have thought it was impossible. But again, look at where I am just 6 months from now, or 6 months ago, which is crazy. And so that's what I think for you. Just wait, just see what can happen in 6 months and see what could possibly happen maybe even after a year and then decide then. I also hear, Austin, what broker accounts work with this and is it safe to connect them? Yeah, so we work with TradeStation, Tasty Trade, Charles Schwab, Thinkorswim, and Tradier, with more coming. But those brokers, again, did a full security audit of our software, of our system before they allowed us to connect. So it's super secure, and we literally got approval from every major United States broker who is literally being watched by the SEC. So again, we are secure. We have everything in order, and I'm super excited that you'll be able to get started here with your broker accounts and get them connected quickly and easily. So I also hear, what if I want to enter myself and have the bot manage it for me? Well, you're in good company because people like John from Simpler Trading, that's exactly what they do. They love nailing down the perfect entry and then giving the trade once they enter it to the bot to manage the exits so that they don't have FOMO or the emotions or stay in a trade longer than they should, but they have the bot manage the exits for them, which is awesome. And so again, you can do that for yourself. You can enter the trade, and then it's called importing a trade, and we can take over the rest from there, and vice versa. If you want the bot to enter, and then you can exit yourself. I also hear, Austin, I want to automate my super custom and over complicated strategy. And I phrase it like that because the more complicated the strategy, the worse it typically tends to perform. So keep your strategy simple. But still, if you want to do something complex and you're a coder, we are the only system that has access or provides you an API that you can make any integration you want. You can go into TradingView. You can do your own custom code. Whatever it is you want, you can automate your strategy however you'd like. This is just a reminder though, guys, sign up now, oatdiscount.com/112. Remember, the first 20 people get a most insane deal. Not only do they get a 12-month free trial, but I will upgrade that trial to unlimited for the next 12 months, which is insane, plus a 90-day refund window. So you have 3 months to test out the software for free, essentially. All right. So you might be saying, what's the refund policy again? Well, for everyone else, it's a 30-day refund policy. But if you're the first 20, meaning you go to the checkout page, oatdiscount.com/112, and you see the yellow there with the countdown, then you're still one of the first 20, and you get a 3-month refund policy. Now, next question is, why haven't you signed up yet? This is the greatest tool to take you from getting started or an absolute beginner to being able to generate reliable monthly income no matter what the market does. And again, whether it's just $300 or $500 or $700 in your first month, this is the platform and the way to go. So here's a reminder of what you get when you invest in this program today. You're going to get the Options Auto Trader 12-month Pro plan, a $2,264 value. You're going to get the Options Auto Trader Masterclass, a $1,997 value. Our Retirement Income Bots, a $5,000 value. Our Hedging Options Bots, a $3,000 value. The Concierge Video Support, a $497 value. Bonus number 1, the Broker Quick Start Guides, which you get instant access to and get to keep for life, a $297 value. Our Case Studies and Bots course to show you what the best people are doing right now, a $4,000 value. And the Cut Your Trading Taxes in Half, which you can take these skills to apply to your trading, whether you stay a member or not. You have this to be able to save money every single year off your taxes. That's a total value of $20,155, and you can get started now for just one payment of $997. Sign up now, oatdiscount.com/112, and be one of the first 20. After that, you're going to miss out. Anyways, guys, that is all I have for you. Thank you so much for tuning in this training. I hope you learned about the 112. Here is free access to the book. I'm going to leave this slide up here for a second. Again, take your phone out, scan the QR code, and you'll be taken directly to the page where you can instantly download this book. That page, if you want to type it in directly, is learn.optionsautotrader.com/112-book. learn.optionsautotrader.com/112-book. So you'll be able to go there, instantly download the book as a thank you for staying through this training. It's going to include everything you need to know, step by step, exactly how I trade this, how I do it for smaller accounts, for larger accounts, and different retirement accounts. It also includes literally a 5-part course to walk you through like literally a screen share of me and the broker of how to place the order. Everything you need is yours. This book is typically $20, but you get it for free because you stay through the training. So thank you once again. Take your phone out, scan the QR code, to go to learn.optionsautotrader.com/112-book. And guys, I'm about to end the training, but I just want to say this is your final offer. Go to oatdiscount.com/112 if you want to increase your profits with a consistent strategy. You want to decrease your losses with protection from manipulation, market crash risk, volatility risk, and actually having protection from hedges. And if you just want more peace of mind and freedom in your trading, so you can actually enjoy time with your family, not stuck to the screen, and actually enjoy retirement. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for being on this training. I will see you inside on our next weekly live call for everyone who joined. oatdiscount.com/112.